Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Sabahal khair habibi wa habibti, subahun nur, subahul ful, subahul warz. Kif halk? Alhamdulillah khair. Ayyamil al-an yaumul arbi'a, November 11, 2020. Welcome back to biology class with me Mualimah Tuti Wardani Bako. Okay, habibi wa habibti, are you ready to study? Hana waktu tadris. Okay, naam habibi wa habibti, our topic for today is about plants organ. Naam habibi wa habibti, Mualimah will tell you about our indicator of the lesson. The first, be able to identify the kinds of plants organ. The second, be able to identify the kinds of the tissue from the plants organ. Okay, habibi wa habibti, our scientific word today is kariri habibi wa habibti, plants organ, organ tumbuhan. Plants organ, organ tumbuhan. Plants organ, organ tumbuhan. Plants organ, organ tumbuhan. Aman marwah habibi wa habibti, plants organ, organ tumbuhan. Naam habibi wa habibti, are you ready? Okay, yalla bina nabda'un nashat. Habibi wa habibti, for study in our lesson today, please open your book page on 88 until 95. Naam habibi wa habibti, our topic for today is about plants organ. Okay, habibi wa habibti, do you know how many kinds of plants organ? Naam, the first is roots, stem, leaf, flower, fruits, and seeds. Okay, Allah, we discuss one by one. Okay, habibi wa habibti, the first is roots. Roots are plant organs that are generally under the soil surface, do not have nodes, and grow to the center of the earth or towards water, are not green in color, whitish or yellowish, and have a tapered shaft. Root function for plants is the first, to support and strengthen the establishment of plants in their place of life, to absorb water and mineral salts or nutrients from the soil. Next, transport water and nutrients that have been absorbed to place in the plant body where they are needed. And in the some types of plants, there are those that function as a means of respiration, for example mangrove. And the last, in the some types of plant, some are useful as a place to store food reserve or as a means of vegetative reproduction. For example, carrots, which have an enlarged taproot, serve as a place to store food. There are two types of root system in plants, fibrous or serabut and taproot or tunggang. Monocotyl plants such as rice, maize, and grass have a fibrous root system. Meanwhile, dicotyl plants such as mango and peanuts have a taproot system. Next, habibi wa habibti, roots have an external structure which includes root caps, root stems, root tips, and root hairs. Anatomically, the root consists of four parts: epidermis, cortex, endodermis, and stele. The first, epidermis, consists of a one layer of cells that are tightly arranged, thin cell walls so that they are easily penetrated by water. Has root hairs which are the result of cell activity from behind to growing point. These root hairs function to expand the absorption field. The second, cortex, consists of many cells and arranged in layers. The cell walls are thin and have a lot of space between cells for gas exchange. The tissues found in the cortex include parenchyma, collenchyma, and sclerenchyma. The third, endodermis, is located inside the cortex. The endodermis is a layer of cells that are tightly arranged without space between cells. The endodermis functions to regulate the water supply into the transport tissue. And then the last stele is located inside the endodermis. Between the stele there are transport files, phloem and xylem. In the stele there are vesicles, there are parenchyma cells, they are located between the endodermis and the vessel area. Toyib Habibi wa Habibti, you can look at the picture, dicotyl roots and monocotyl roots. And then there is the differences between them. The second part is stems. In general, plants have stems that stand tall above the ground and support branches, leaves, and flowers. Stems are generally long, round like cylindrical, and have internodes, each bound by nodes. It is at this node that the leaves and shoots are attached. Habibi wa Habibti, the function of the stems in the plants, the first, as a place to transport water and nutrients from the roots. The second, expands plants' canopy for efficient sunlight capture. The place for the growth of the generative organs, pollination, efficiency, and aids in seeds dispersal in certain plants as a place to store spare foods, for example in the form of tuber or rhizomes. Now, Habibi wa Habibti, look at the picture. There is the differences of monocotyl and dicotyl stems from the structure, and there is the differences of the monocotyl and dicotyl stems. Next, Habibi wa Habibti, the structure of the stem. The first, the epidermis is a tissue of flat cells that are tightly arranged and do not have space between cells, serve to protect the network or tissue inside. Next, the cortex is a tissue located under the epidermis which function to store food reserve. Next, stele is the innermost layer of the stem. The outermost layer of the stele is bounded by pericles. Next to the pericles are the pit parenchyma and vascular bonds. Pit serve as a place to store food reserve. The vessels bonds are the xylem on the inside and the phloem on the outside. Next part, leaf. Leaves are one of the plant organs that grow from stems, generally green, containing chlorophyll, and mainly function as a chaser of energy from sunlight for photosynthesis. Leaf functions are place of the occurrence of photosynthesis. In dicotyledons, photosynthesis occurs in the palisade parenchyma tissue, whereas in monocotyl plants, photosynthesis occurs in spongy tissue. Next, as a respiratory organ, in the lips there are stomata which function as respiration organ, place of transpiration, the place where the guttation occurs, and vegetative reproduction tools, for example in adult cocor bebek plants or leaf birds. Next, Habibi wa Habibti, look at the picture. The main part that a leaf has a midrib, petiole, and leaf blade. Based on the shape of the leaf bones, there are parallel, pinnate, fringe, and curved leaves. See the picture, please. If a leaf whose petiole has only one leaf, it is called a single leaf. And then, in one leaf stalk, there is more than one leaf, we can call compound leaf. You can look at the picture. For single leaf, the example is mango, and then compound leaf, the example is putri malu. Habibi wa Habibti, we are going to the structure of the leaf. The first, epidermis. Epidermis is the outermost layer of leaves. There is an upper epidermis and a lower epidermis. To prevent too large evaporation, the epidermis is covered with a cuticle layer. In the epidermis, there is a stoma or a leaf mud. The stoma is useful for the place for gas exchange to take place from and outside the plant body. The second, parenchyma or mesophyll leaf. Parenchyma consists of two cell layers. There are palisade and spons, both of which contain chloroplast. The tissue of the fence of the cells is thick, while the spons tissue cells are slightly so that there are still space between cells. Photosynthesis activity is more active in the fence tissue because there are more chloroplasts than in the tissue spons. And then the last, Habibi wa Habibti, vascular tissue. Leaf vascular tissue is a continuation of stem tissue found in leaf bones and leaf veins. Habibi wa Habibti, that's all our material for today. I hope you can understand it. And then don't forget, do your home project well. Ila liqa. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.